Yeah, a lot came down. It was unfortunate for sure. Definitely, tough timing for myself and my group to try and find, another option. But, all in all, I got to look back on, the 11 years that I had with Jack and winning races and championships and, getting my first cup win and being competitive, not as consistent as what we wanted, but the end of it all, I'm very thankful that Jack took a chance on a dirt racer from Mississippi to come drive his cars. So, it was fun. A little emotional with, the relationship Jack and I have. Only team I've ever been at. So, look forward to see what's next. Like I said, there's a lot of work to do on that, but all in all, I'm definitely looking forward to these last 8 with the great partners that we have, everybody on the 17 team. I've worked with a lot of them for since my nationwide days. So all in all, it'll be tough, but it'll be a fun 8 races with them.
Are you anxious to stay in the Cup Series for next year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely always the preference. I'm open to anything for sure.
Angry, disappointed? You said you were emotional. What are those
yeah.
emotions?
Over the past 2 days, I'd say I went angry, sad, optimistic, looking forward to, sometimes change is good. So, like they said, it just didn't work. It hadn't been working over the last couple years, and we've had speed. We just haven't had consistent finishes. So, I think that's what sucks for myself is I feel like we've had plenty of speed to get the job done. It's just, a lot of things came down to, us not getting those results. And so ultimately that's what we're here for is results. And, they weren't coming.
As Jack told me, how do you move forward the rest of this year?
Well, I think, this weekend's probably going to be the toughest and at a racetrack that I'm not very good at. So definitely, a tough weekend here. But, look at the racetracks that we have left, how we've ran on the 1.5 mile racetracks. Definitely have some good opportunities to run well and, showcase what I feel like I can still do behind the wheel. I feel like my team, the 17 team, they're going to work hard, make sure that they give me the best piece to go showcase that.
Jack told me, I talked to Jack and he said that he talked to you, I think last night, and he said you guys had a conversation in which he told you that he would help you and that, if you could put a good word in or if there's a liaison or something, he said it was a good conversation. From your side of it, was it?
Yeah, it was a good conversation. I waited to have that conversation with Jack because having it Wednesday probably wouldn't have been a good idea. But Jack and I, we've had some knockdown dragouts, in our days in the 11 years that we've had together. So, no, it was a good conversation. Like I said, I thanked him for, all the good times and the fun times that we had, and look forward to see what's next.
Ricky, how does an athlete handle, in essence, being told you're not good enough?
We've been good enough. I would say recently we haven't. I feel like, those wins were important in 2017. It's been a long time since, Roush Fenway had been in victory lane, and it's cool to be able to say that, I was the last one to do that and kind of cut that winning streak or the losing streak, I guess you could say, down. So that's cool. I mean, I walked right past that car, which I got to go get it out of the museum. So that one's mine. Jack gave it to me. So, I think it's part of it. I think it, at times I think it can kind of reset your focus and, make sure you go out and do the best you can and, look for that next opportunity to showcase what you got.
What was the conversation like on Wednesday? Was it face-to-face? Was it on the phone? Take me through that.
Yeah, I got a phone call or a text on Tuesday night to say, swing by the shop tomorrow at 11. I've gotten plenty of those texts before, so I didn't really think anything of it. And then my agent called me. I was drinking coffee at 7:30 Wednesday morning, getting ready to go work out, and he's like, hey, they called me to come to the shop. So, when he said that, I was like, it's not probably very good. So we went in the shop at 11, and, so I found out, just soon before everybody else did. I didn't really have any knowing that it was coming, but you know, that's part of it. I know people get fired every day from their jobs, and you know, I can't feel sorry for myself. I got to make sure that, you know, we look forward, like I said, to these 8 races, and then, you know, what can we land to, you know, showcase what I got, you know, for 2020.
Do you feel like you were blindsided?
Why didn't you think you were able to get the finishes that Newman's been able to get? Because I think that's the way a lot of people look at this. Like, Newman comes in, gets in the playoffs, and
yeah, I feel like over the year we've had a lot more speed than the 6 team. That's come with some consequences. That's we've blown a lot of right front tires. We've you know, made contact with the wall and cut down some tires. You know, obviously my mistakes the last 2 weeks weren't ideal. You know, just I feel like there's no one thing that really sticks out this year that you know, can say, hey, this is our issue. You know, we overheated at Darlington. There's been a lot of issues, a lot of calls, a lot of haven't, but you know, it's part of it. That's Newman's MO. He's really good at getting the finishes and consistency, and you know, looking back on this year, I think that's one thing that I've really learned from, you know, is, you know, no matter where I go next, or, you know, looking at these next 8 races, is, you know, take what Newman does, and you know, I think I've been kind of saying it in the media that, you know, he's done a really good job to get those finishes, you know, out of our race cars, when I feel like maybe the speed wasn't a 10th place car, but he's able to finish there, and you know, that's why he's been around for a long time. I feel like that's you know, a good asset to have. So looking at my career, you know, I try and win races, and you know, I drive the car as hard as I can, and you know, that bites you sometimes, and you know, maybe now, you know, as Dustin asked, as an athlete, you look back on those situations, and you know, look what you could do different, and make sure you learn from it, and do those things different next time.
Do you
Did
feel
you
like
feel
you crashed? Do you
blindsided?
feel like you crashed too much? And that was something they
Yeah, I mean, I
before.
would say we've crashed, but I mean, it depends on what you. I mean, I've lost brakes a lot of times. I've blown right front tires a lot of times. You know, obviously those are wrecks. I've caused a couple myself. So yeah, I mean, I definitely would say we've wrecked too much.
Do you feel like you would be in the car still if Chris's situation if you had been available?
I've got no clue. I didn't really ask too many questions, so I sat there, listened, and then left.
Did you know or feel it was coming, that they were saying try to do this or do that or do this more often, or we need this from
No.
you? Or did you feel blindsided by it?
Yeah, pretty blindsided. Obviously, you know, 8 races left, or whatever we have left, is pretty late in the game. So, you know, halfway through the season would have been a little nicer to be able to go look for something else to do. But, you know, it's their business, and I got to go with it. So, like I said, no hard feelings. I've been angry at times, but for the most part, you know, I look back on all of it. Super thankful.
Do you have time to regroup and find something for next year?
Yeah. I don't really know if I have time to regroup. Like I said, my team's working on trying to figure out what next year looks like, and like I said, a month ago would have been a little nicer, but it is what it is. So I'll let my guys handle that, and I'll just stick to the racing on the track, and make sure that I bring the 17 team and our sponsors, you know, the best finishes we can for the rest of the year.
Is it hard to stay motivated, or how do you stay motivated?
No, it's not hard to stay motivated. You know, you always want to go out and do well. Always drive the car hard, no matter what the circumstances are. So for me, motivation's always high.
What do you want people to think coming out of this? Like, what is the thing you want to say to everybody who's been talking about it and speculating and talking? What do you want to say?
I don't really have anything else to say. I feel like I can still get the job done. You know, I look back at my Nationwide Series career, and you know how well we did there against a lot of Cup drivers that were in the field each and every week, and those guys are the ones winning championships and races over here. My Cup career hasn't been great, you know, but I still think that you look at other people's Cup careers, and it took a while for them to get going. So I think for me, I look at that as an opportunity to, you know, still turn, you know, my Cup Series career around.
Have you had any conversations or teams reached out to you, or Cup teams reached out to you so far?
I have not had any conversations with anybody yet.
Nobody's reached out to you?
Nope.
Your agent
My agent's been talking to everybody, so he's trying to figure that out. Yeah, I'll finish the year in the 17. As far as I know.